My life is a miracle. Every child has a story of God's love to share. Shalom world, tune into God's love story.
Hi, Koco.
Hi, Katie.
Hi, kids.
Hi, kids.
I'm Katie.
And I'm Koco.
And we're so excited to meet you.
Come and play,
Play with Katie and Koco.
that's the way.
Get ready, let's go.
Flying through the air with Coco.
Telling stories with Katie.
You and I together, meeting my friends. Friends that help us every day.
Katie and Koco.
That help us every day.
Katie and Koco. Play and sing.
Pray and bring you and I, we do our thing. It's Katie and Coco.
So much fun! I can't wait! Kids, if you're not awake properly now is the time to jump up and shake yourself awake because we're going to be meeting some of my friends.
Friends. I love friends.
We're in luck. All right, climb aboard and let's set off for story time. Let's go!
Katie. 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 I gotta start the show now. Katie.
Oh, who is it? Who's calling me? Is that you, Coco?
Yes. I called you about 1,000,000 times and you didn't answer me.
Sorry. What do you want?
I gotta start the story soon.
Oh, yeah, the story. The story.
Katie!
Oh, sorry, Coco. What did you want again?
That story!
Yeah, the story, of course. Why didn't you say so before? Yeah, let's start the story. Are the kids here yet?
They've been here for hours already, waiting for you to start.
Oh, hi, kids. You want to hear about one of my friends again, do you? Well, believe it or not, one of my friends started out just as forgetful and absent-minded as I did just then. His name is Joseph of Cupertino.
You?
What's up with you?
So you were just acting then? What a relief. I was looking forward to reminding you of everything throughout the whole story.
It's nice to know you're so supportive, Coco. But yes, it was an act to show you and the kids what my friend Joseph of Cupertino was like and how frustrated people got with him. Only he was worse than that.
Worse? I didn't think it could get any worse. Why did he do that?
Joseph wasn't like that on purpose. He just got so distracted all the time and start daydreaming, forgetting what he'd been told to do. But let's face it, we can all be like that sometimes. Even you, Coco, don't deny it.
All right, maybe. But was Joseph always like that?
When he was young, he was, and his mum got very annoyed with him. That sounds familiar, doesn't it, kids? Joseph would wander around randomly with his mouth wide open. He was a painfully slow learner. He had a bad temper. He would daydream all the time. And when he got older and tried to join a monastery, he got turned away at first, and then was only allowed to stay for a short time because he couldn't seem to do anything right. He dropped piles of dishes by accident and kept forgetting what he was told.
No wonder he got turned away then. But what did he do after that? Did he ever change?
Yes. Eventually, he got accepted as a servant in the Franciscan monastery, where he was given hard work to do with the horses.
Oh no! I know what's gonna happen. He let the horses escape, didn't he?
No, instead he started to change.
But how? How could he change with no one to help him?
But he did have someone to help him.
Who?
The one who helps us when no one else can. God. God sent his Holy Spirit to Joseph, helping him to become more gentle, humble, careful, and overall more successful at his work.
What a relief. Did he finally get properly accepted to the monastery then?
Yes, and he began to study to become a priest.
Was he any good? You said before that he was a slow learner, after all.
Well, it wasn't easy for him, but he didn't give up. And when he had his final exam, the Holy Spirit must still have been working on his side. Because it just so happened that the examiner asked him to explain the only thing he knew well. So he passed and eventually became a priest. He was pretty lucky, wasn't he? Wouldn't it be nice if we were only asked to answer the things we knew on tests? But as for Joseph, God wasn't going to let his failings get in the way of him becoming a priest, because he had special plans for our friend.
Koco!
What is it, Koco?
It's just funny.
What's funny?
It's funny God chooses for special things. Only God would choose someone as silly and clumsy as Joseph. Like, if he chooses Joseph, what's stopping him from choosing a silly bird like me, or a crazy girl like you, or even little kids? God is funny, Katie.
Well, you're not wrong, Koco. I suppose we shouldn't worry too much if we have lots of failings, because if God really wants us to do something, He will help us to do it.
Lucky, because otherwise we probably wouldn't be able to do much good at all. But what were God's special plans for Joseph?
They're pretty crazy. Are you ready?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Remember how Joseph used to daydream all the time? Well, the Holy Spirit turned Joseph's daydreaming into real visions. So when Joseph prayed or went to Mass, he became so filled with his love for God that it looked like he was daydreaming, but really he was seeing amazing things from heaven. And many times, he even began to rise into the air as though he wanted to get closer and closer to the God he loved so much.
That's crazy!
I told you.
He was like a bird. He didn't have any wings, did he?
No, he didn't have wings. At least, not wings like yours. Prayer was his wings, and the Holy Spirit was the wind that lifted him up.
But why did God let him rise into the air while he prayed?
Well, only God knows that fully. But I suppose it was a way to show that he was real and that he was truly present at Mass and during prayer. And, well, everywhere. When people saw Joseph rise into the air, even though they couldn't see what he saw, they couldn't deny that God was working wonders in our friend. Have you kids ever watched someone watching a movie that they're really interested in, but you couldn't see what they're watching? Even though you couldn't see the screen, you could see the expressions on the other person's face as they watched. Maybe they were crying or laughing or just focusing intensely. So when you saw this person's reactions, you could tell that they were seeing something real and not just pretending. In a way, the same thing happened with Joseph. But instead of simply watching a movie, Joseph was seeing things shown to him by God. And instead of people just seeing his expressions, the people saw Joseph rise into the air. That way, they became convinced that what Joseph saw was real and were inspired to love God more like he did. Does that inspire you to love God more? Imagine loving God so much you couldn't keep yourself from the ground and wanted to be as close to Jesus and his mother Mary as you possibly could.
That sounds cock-amazing! When I fly from now on, I'm going to imagine that I'm flying closer and closer to God! Wow!
You're a lucky bird, Koco. But you know, not everyone was inspired by the way he rose into the air. Some of his superiors were embarrassed by it and removed him from everyone else to hide his flying. But do you think Joseph minded? How could he? He had all the company he wanted in Jesus and Mary and only grew in love for them until he finally flew all the way up to them in heaven when he died.
Wow! So Joseph really did change for the better. I guess that gives me hope then.
Let's ask him to help us allow God to turn our faults into glories like what happened to him. Thank you, St. Joseph, for welcoming the Holy Spirit into your life and letting him transform you. Help us to trust in God like you did and never give up trying to do what is good, so he can show his glory in our lives like he did in yours.
Wow, Katie, are all your friends as Koco amazing as Joseph?
They sure are.
We're going to meet them all. I must want to meet them all right now.
Oh, all in good time, Coco, all in good time. I've got something in the meantime for us to do, though.
Really? What is it? Is it eating crackers? Is it going to the beach? Is it playing the guitar? Is it...
No, Coco, it's none of those.
Then what is it?
It's a tongue twister.
A what twister?
A tongue twister?
Ah, a tongue twister.
A tongue twister is a funny phrase with tricky words that when you say them together, your tongue sometimes gets confused and gets all twisted up.
Oh no, that's terrible, Katie. Imagine getting your tongue twisted up. You won't be able to eat or talk or sing or make funny faces. Katie, why are we doing that?
Coco, your tongue doesn't really get twisted up.
What?
It just feels like it because the words are tricky to say. I can show you one. Ready? I'll say it first and then you repeat after me with Coco. Ready? Fred fed Ted bread and Ted fed Fred bread. All right, let's break that down. Ted fed Fred bread. Your turn.
Ted had a bread.
Coco, that's not what I said. Let's try that again. All right. I'll give you a reminder. Ted fed Fred bread. All right, you try on your own.
And Ted fed Fred a bed.
A bed? Have you tried eating a bed? Because I don't think that would be very yummy.
No, I haven't.
Okay, let's try it all together. Ready? Fred fed Ted bread and Ted fed Fred bread. Good job, kids. And you too, Coco.
That's really hard, Katie. Let's do something else. My tongue! My tongue!
Shall we try some craft now?
As long as I don't have to speak.
Okay, time to get our hands busy.
Yeah!
It's craft time. Are you ready for craft, Coco?
Yeah, Katie.
Me too. Today we're going to be making a paper plane.
Wow, paper plane, Katie.
Yeah. Why do you think we're making a paper plane for Joseph of Cupertino?
So we can fly.
Well, you can already fly, Coco. Most of us, the closest we're going to get to flying is by a plane. But remember how Joseph used to rise up into the air while he was praying? So the plane will remind us of Joseph going up into the air. Okay, so let's get started. A blue piece of paper here for the plane. You can use any color you like. And I've just got some streamers here to stick on for a bit of extra decoration. And I've got some scissors here to cut this and some glue and sticky tape to stick the streamers on. Okay, let's get started. All right, so first of all, you're going to get your piece of paper and fold it in half lengthways like this. Find the corners, that corner and that corner, make them kiss, and then press down on the middle like this, nice and firmly. Okay, now we're going to open it up again. Hello. Now we're going to fold down these corners. So get one corner and fold it down here like as if you're dog earing a book, but don't do that. Okay, there we go. There's one side. And then here's the other side. We're going to do the same thing. Get this corner and fold it down to meet this one. Hello. And it's going to make a point at the end. That's going to be the nose of the plane.
I can't wait until you fly, Katie.
Until I fly. Well, I don't think I'll fit on this plane, Coco. Maybe you could take me for a ride sometime.
Oh, you're pretty heavy, Katie.
When you get big and strong. Or you can ask some of your friends to take me on a ride up into the air.
Maybe. I'll make some calls.
Oh, thanks, Coco. I can't wait. So we got that half there. We folded that. Now we're going to fold it over again. I'm going to fold it back the other way. This way. So now we have the flaps here. Okay, so on this side, we're going to get this top here and we're going to reach it down until we get to the bottom. Here. So there we go, it's lined up with the bottom, and then we're gonna fold that down on the edge there. And then we're gonna fold it back again. So we're gonna get it again and lining it up again with the bottom of the line. I'm gonna press that down, making it line up. Press that down again, nice and firmly, like that. Okay, now we're gonna do the same on the other side. So flip it over and do the same. So get the corner here, bring it down to the bottom, then fold that crease, press it down nice and firmly, and then fold down again. So get the top and bring it down. There we go. Press it down. And there we go. There is your paper plane.
Wow, Katie.
You can hold it with this part here, and then you can throw. Now to make ours a bit more interesting, we're just going to stick 2 streamers on the end here, so when it flies, the streamers will fly in the wind. So we're going to get a bit here. That looks long enough. There we go. Snip that off. I'm going to get another piece. Let's see if we can make it the same size. Snip that off. And then we're just going to stick it on the back of the wings like this. So we will get our glue. Put some glue on the wing. Stick 1 streamer on. There we go. And the same on the other side. Some glue on the wing. Should I put some glue on your wing, Coco?
Oh, no, Katie, because I don't want to fly.
Oh, you don't want streamers stuck on your wings too?
No, I got feathers.
Oh, that's okay. There we go. You might like to decorate yours. Maybe you'd like to draw on it or put some other kinds of things on. So now when we throw it, this will flap in the wind like this. Wow.
Wow, I can fly with it, Katie.
Yeah. Hi kids, if you'd like extra instructions, you can find them at swpals.org. Also, I'd love to see you guys making your very own paper aeroplanes. So you can send in a photo of you with your paper aeroplane and upload it on the same website.
What is that?
Hey Coco. What do you think can fly better? You or my paper plane that just crashed?
Me?
Yeah, you're probably right. But imagine if someone could make a paper plane that could fly better than a bird.
They might need Joseph's help.
Yeah, you're probably right. But I have something that we can do, or at least something that the kids and I can do.
Oh no, I know what they're thinking of.
Yup, a tongue twister. That's exactly what I'm thinking of. Let's try it out right now. Ready? Let's see if you remember. I'll say it again, and you repeat like we did last time. Ready? Fred fed Ted bread.
Fred.
Fed.
Med.
What did you say?
Med.
Med.
Yeah.
Coco, I don't know if it's just me, but I don't remember saying med. Kids, do you remember me saying med?
You might be losing your mind.
Well, I think you're losing your hearing. Let's try it again. Bread, fed, Ted, bread.
Fred fed Ted bread.
Yeah, and the other way around. And Ted fed Fred bread. Yeah, good job, kids. And Coco, that was better than the first time.
Are we going to do one every time, Katie?
Yes, we are. And by the end of it, you're going to be teaching me how to do tongue twisters.
You're funny. Coco amazing.
We'll just wait and see, won't we, kids? We'll just wait and see. But for now, it's time to say goodbye.
What? Goodbye already?
Unless you want to do another tongue twister.
Goodbye, kids. Goodbye. Goodbye.
See you next time, kids. St. Joseph of Cupertino, he loves us more than we know.
Come and play
Play with Katie and Coco.
that that's the way.
Get ready, let's go.
Flying through the air with Koco,
Telling stories with Katie.
you and I together, meeting my friends, friends that help us every day,
Katie and Koco.
that help us every day.
Katie and Koco. Play and sing.
Pray and bring, you and I, we do our thing. It's Katie and Koco.